Wildlife Rescue Center. Come on in, let me show you around.
So I think she lost this and
Puma is based in Palmera, Boquete, Panama. And like I said before, we are here, been here for 12 years. People will also bring me animals. I do a lot of releases. So they bring me animals hoping that I can release back into the wild, which we do probably 99% of the time. We release back in the wild. All the animals here have a story. They all have come from somewhere that need help, that other people couldn't give. No, Bonnie's gonna get you. No, no.
Back in. Turn around. Hey. You want me to push him back in? No. In you go.
Please. Well, we are not a zoo. We're a rescue center. Here, the animals, we do not take them out of the wild. We try to put the animals back in the wild how much as we can. And actually, this all started out of nowhere because my mom, she came here to retire and she'd been working with animals her whole life. But people started to know that she started to rescue animals in the States, and there were certain people needed them to take care of the cat, a dog, a goat, a bird. So what she started to do, she started to put them back in the wild as much as she could. And then she started to tell that they were bringing her mostly injured animals. So she got a passion with the injured animals, and we tried to rescue the animals that we can and bring them here.
Daisy and Lapita, and now they're older. They're into their late 20s. They've come from different rescue centers. She was chained to a 3-tier concrete building where kids used to tease her all the time because what they would do is they would throw rocks at her because they loved to hear her scream. They would go right to the end of her chain and they would try to feed her, and she would want the food so bad, and then they would just laugh and leave her, and that would throw her into a tizzy and she'd start screaming again, which was really painful for her. So it took me, when she first got here, it took me 45 minutes to calm Daisy down. I mean, she was just hysterical. And if somebody went to feed her or do something and they dropped by accident or pulled away, she would flip out again because she goes back to those kids that were hurting her. So she would scream again for 45 minutes, and the pain on her face was just unreal because she didn't know how to stop herself. You know, it's like a little kid having a tantrum. They don't know how to come out of it. So we taught her how to come out of that. And now, I mean, if something happens, she'll scream for a minute or a second, and then she knows she's fine.
Y Lupita es como de 14, 15 años. La otra.
¿De dónde?
They've been with people too long. It's too hard because they might go to the first person that they see, which is always the best person for them. So they're here They're here for now, and they're older. They're headed towards their 30s now. But they're very happy. They see people all day. They get their, all their goodies and their treats and their food. That's so important for their diet. So yeah, they're just happy. And Daisy will sit here with you. This is part of volunteering. Oh, and she'll sit here all day with you and hold you. And when I do try to release Daisy a couple of times, she went right to people. She just wants to be around people. You're very beautiful, mums. So for now, they're in there nice and safe. They love it. They know they're going to get fed. They love to see people. And they have so much love to give. And when people come and share the love in here, it just makes it that much better. Then we have dogs. Max, his owner couldn't care for him anymore. He's deaf, and he's a little older, and he was getting really frustrated because she didn't know how to handle him because of his deafness, and he just wanted love. He's scared. He doesn't always know what's going on, so I know. So we have to be his ears and be patient, and yeah, he's turned into be a really, really nice dog. We have around 90 animals here from 12 different species, from monkeys to owls, to cats, to dogs, to chickens, goats, ducks. We have turtles, parrots, macaws, kinkajous, coatis, you name it. We get everything.
Oh, yeah.
You want some? You want to get the pony? You want corn? Come on, it's okay. Mama. Okay, you're good. Good job. This is People. He's very sweet. He's a blind pony. And I got a call one day, and they said, Humla. I said, yeah. They said, do you want a blind pony? And I said, a blind pony? I said, sure. I have plenty of room here for a blind pony. So I sent the truck to go get him, and I tried to get some information of, what happened, how he got out of his farm. He might have been one of the ponies that did the pony rides in Bajo Boquete, by the park area. I found the owner, got the owner to release him to me. People, I know. And he's been happy ever since. I cleared up all his wounds. I got him all fixed up nice, and he's been happy, but I don't know. They didn't want to feed him. They said he was useless. He's not useless. Even though he's blind, he's still not useless. He's wonderful. He's like a little puppy. He runs around, he rolls around, he runs around with the dogs and the goats and the chickens and has such a great time. So yeah, so we have him now, and he's just lovely.
So what's the story with this pony?
I get a call. Kika was up in Vocambaru. They found her on the ground. And what happened was, I didn't even know she was a kinkajou. I mean, I didn't even know what she was. Because when I first got her, I mean, she had nothing. She had scratched everything off. And we had to give her so many treatments. I had to give her shots, I had to do eye cream, skin cream. And finally, I could get something to form over the bone. His left eye was swollen shut and his beak was severed. And his wings were cut, woo, so short. And then I had to actually give him treatment, like actual shots in the chest to get the eye to open, plus the eye drops and the cream and all that. And then I had some surgical glue, and I glued the beak together. And that took a lot for it to bond. And I noticed it's like a nail. It's kind of like going over, but in 2 years for his wings to grow. But, you know, every time I release him, I got to go get him. And then I think sometimes you want them in the wild, but then is it fair? Because if his beak breaks, and then what? Yeah, and he's got that depth perception too, because I have him in here, but when I put him in there, oh, he hurts himself. We are in the macaw habitat. We have three red scallop macaws right now, which are handicapped. And they also share with a couple of ducks, a turtle, and a green Amazon parrot. Patron, he was brought to me by the Border Patrol from the Darien rainforest. He's male, as you can see, because he's got the big beak. You'll see the other macaws, they have beautiful long tails. His tail were always pulled by the indigenous. See how he has all this? And it's all impacted. And they pull and pull and pull until they can't pull no more, and then they discard the bird. And that's how the Border Police have found him. And it's a shame because they're such beautiful birds, and they welcome everyone. They can't fly. He definitely can't fly. He can glide. Casey can't fly, she only has the one wing. And Tita, she just doesn't fly. I don't know why she doesn't fly. Maybe she doesn't have her wing muscles. Maybe. Yeah. But Casey's in, hey, ow. Casey's in her 50s. Why can't I can't talk. Can I talk to you? I also have the parrots that were brought to me, the red scallop macaws. And I particularly have this one male that was brought to me from the Darien forest. Border Patrol had brought him to me because what happens in that particular rainforest, the indigenous will pluck the feathers and keep on plucking them, and they use them for their headdresses or they sell them. They're worth a little bit of money, and for them it's a good income. But when Patrol now he can't produce anymore, they discard him because they don't want the bird. They just want the feathers. When you look it up, and it's a big problem. And also around the world, there's so many different images, and you can see the pain of all of them just by the feathers that you know, and they're plucking them out. They're not easily, I mean, you've got to pluck them. You can't pull those out. You got to pluck them out hard. And the pain that these poor birds, must experience, it has to be beyond anything. And a lot of it's done in the Darien forest because you don't know. That forest is so hard to get into, and it's so hard to maneuver. There's so many different tribes in there, and you don't have a clue what's going on because you can't even get to them to even see. But that's why the Border Patrol goes around and he catches these things. But sometimes you're too late. They don't want the bird, they discard it. They don't want it. And it takes that bird how long to die? He got no feathers, he can't protect himself, he's handicapped, or he or she is handicapped now. And it's all for either ceremonies or they sell them also. I mean, they make a good profit. They can sell $25 to $50 of one of those long feathers. They're beautiful. I see when they regrow them. You have to realize that associate with that is the pain and the blood and the death of these animals.
Come on, I take you. Come on. Mama. Mommy. Come on.
No, you're not gonna do that. Come on, Mama. No. They're very sweet. Huh? You heard something like that, huh? Very sweet. You're very beautiful. Look how handsome you are, Pedro. It gets a little loud, but they're also very quiet, too. Say hi. Say hi, Pedro. They're very sweet. When I first got here, when I first arrived in Panama, I noticed all these kids would walk around with slingshots. And they would slingshot whatever out of a tree. If it was a parrot or just a regular bird or owl or squirrel or anything that had to be in that tree. They thought it was funny. And I noticed this, and I would start getting the kids that did that and sent them in that forest to go find that bird or whatever they hit out of the tree, bring it to me. I'd make those kids come every day and take care of that bird, squirrel, whatever they had, and put them back in that tree. And it took me, I don't know, probably about 8 years now to there's no slingshots. And it taught them that the bird would reward them through either talking back to them or showing them love. And they saw a new side to these animals.
You can tell that they're not just animals. Actually, I include humans as animals because if animals have feelings, humans have feelings. Why are they different species? They classify one species that would be human completely different from animals. So actually you can tell that they're just like us. You can if you spend so much time with animals, you can get answers from them. Like when they're hungry, when they're thirsty, or when they're tired. So yeah. Hey, no.
My children, of course, help me. I have a woman that has been with me almost 12 years now, or since 2010, and she helps me a lot. She comes in the morning, she helps feed, she helps clean, she helps me do educational tours, bring people around.
¿Qué uniones que tienes?
My kids do a lot with helping with the maintenance, and they also help do with the educational tours. They help with the school field trips. They help with the handicapped children to do therapy. We have a lot of handicapped animals here as well, which helps them relate. They both relate to each other. I also have volunteers that come through, and they help me with the odd projects. I always invite people to come from all over the world, volunteers, and they can come, they can stay. They can help out in daily activities, daily projects, feeding, cleaning, or just hanging out with a monkey. Older people bring me animals from everywhere. They come either from being hit by a car, monkeys or sloths have been on wires that have gotten burnt, or transformers that have blown, from little newborn kittens that people can't care for, or animals that are in desperate need or they're abused, handicapped. We do hospice care for people that can't care anymore for their animals. And when you release that animal, and whatever animal that is, they always look back. Even if it's a snake, they always look back at you to say, is this for real? You know? And it's almost like they say thank you. And then they go.